Hello everyone. In our lesson physical and chemical changes, we have finished what are physical changes and we have started what are chemical changes. We have seen the definition of chemical changes. Now today we are going to see activity 6.6, which is given in your textbook, magnesium ribbon burning. This activity we are going to see today. So from this picture you will understand what we have to do first. See the picture shown in your textbook also. Now if you take a magnesium ribbon or other or see into your books, get a small piece of a thin strip or ribbon of magnesium, clean its tip with sandpaper, bring the tip near a candle flame. It burns with a brilliant white light. When it is completely burned, it leaves behind a powdery ash. Now in this picture you can see that bright color white light is there, and also in the another picture you can see white color ash is formed. Now what is the reaction happens here? Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Okay, oxygen present in the air, so this reaction take place here. Does the ash look like the magnesium ribbon? No. The change can be represented by the following equation. As I told you, magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Now collect the ash and mix it with a small amount of water. Stir the mixture well. Taste the mixture with blue litmus and red litmus paper. Okay, now we are going to test it with blue and red litmus paper. Does the mixture turn blue litmus paper red? On the basis of this test, how do you classify the aqueous solution, acidic or basic? On dissolving the ash in water, it forms a new substance. This change can be written in the form of following equation. Magnesium oxide plus H2O gives magnesium hydroxide. Okay. As you have already learnt in previous lesson chapter 5, magnesium hydroxide is a base. So magnesium oxide is a new substance formed on a burning of magnesium. Magnesium hydroxide is another new substance formed by mixing magnesium oxide with water. So chemical changes are nothing but when the changes occur, a new substance is formed there. It is irreversible process. So totally different new substance which has different chemical properties than the actual substance. So this activity shows us that there is formation of new substance. Now we'll see activity 6.7. From this picture also you will understand, or I will read from your textbook. Dissolve about a teaspoonful of copper sulfate about a half cup of water in a glass tumbler or a beaker. Mix these two substances, you can see in the first picture. Add a few drops of dilute sulfuric acid to the solution. You should get a blue colored solution. So because of adding that dilute sulfuric solution and copper sulfate, we get here blue color solution. You can see in the picture. Save a small sample of the solution in a test tube or a small glass bottle. Now we have separated two separate beakers. We have separated the solution. Drop a nail or a used shaving blade into the remaining solution. Now we have dropped one nail here, you can see in the picture. Wait for half an hour or so. Observe the color of solution. Compare it with the color of the sample solution saved separately. Do you see any change in the color of the solution? Take out the nail or blade. Has it changed in any way? These changes that you notice are due to a reaction between copper sulfate and iron. Now you can also notice the change. You can see in the picture the solution in which we have added nail has changed the color. It has turned into green color. The change of color of the solution from blue to green is due to formation of iron sulfate, a new substance. Okay, there is formation of iron sulfate. You can see the reaction given below. Copper sulfate plus iron gives iron sulfate, which is green in color, and copper, which is brown deposit. Okay, you know, on the because of copper there is a brown deposit on the substance. A new substance is formed. The brown deposit on iron nail is copper. Another new substance, we can write the reaction as. So there we have formed two new substances. Copper layer, which is brown in color on the nail, and the solution color had changed to green color. So these two new substances are formed. So this proves that these changes are the chemical changes. Now we can see another activity which is given in your textbook, activity 6.8. See in the picture, take about a teaspoon of vinegar in a test tube. Add a pinch of baking soda to it. You would hear a hissing sound and see bubbles of the gas coming out. Now this we are not showing video, so from the picture you will understand, or you just imagine the hissing sound or bubbles coming out. Pass this gas through the freshly prepared lime water. Now in the beaker there is lime water solution present. In test tube there is vinegar. What happens to the lime water? The change in the test tube is as follows. Now you in the picture also you will understand the changes. Vinegar plus baking soda gives carbon dioxide plus other substances. The reaction between carbon dioxide and lime water is as follows. Carbon dioxide plus lime water gives calcium carbonate plus water. When carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, calcium carbonate is formed, which makes lime water milky. म्हणजे दुधी होतं ते. First in the beginning it is transparent in color, but as you add carbon dioxide gas passes through it, it becomes milky in appearance. The turning of lime water into milky is a standard test of carbon dioxide. You will use it in chapter 10 to show that the air we breathe out is rich in carbon dioxide. In activities 6.6 and 6.8, you saw that in each change, one or more new substances were formed. In activity 6.6, the ash was the new substance formed when magnesium was burnt in air. In activity 6.7, the reaction of copper sulfate with iron produced iron sulfate and copper. Both of these are new substance. Copper was deposited on shaving blade or the nail, as we have shown nail in the picture. In activity 6.8, vinegar and baking soda together produce carbon dioxide, which turn lime water milky. Can you name the substance formed in this reaction? Okay, so that is calcium carbonate. A change in which one or more new substances are formed is called chemical change. Okay, from this we will understand how new substance. From these examples we understand that there are formation of new substances, and when there is formation of new substances, one or more new substances, that process is called as chemical change. So remaining part of this we'll see in the next period. Till then you have to remember what happens, which new substances are formed here, and how the reaction takes place in these three activities. So we'll stop here today. Thank you.